Dạ. Cài sập lên sập xuống.
Be one of the best LEC intros I've seen in years. Oh, Jackies! For a bit, another. Tries already, but a drag slide. Their rapid, crazy minds right in the arcane again.
Everything blue in this arena. Everything blue. Hello everybody and welcome back to the LEC. It is the last day of regular season and there's still 4 slots remaining of the LEC playoffs. 6 teams are fighting for their lives. I'm Laure, joined by Finn and Jack Spectra to get you through today, through the action. I love being on stage because we actually can realize how loud Vitality is now.
They're having a lot of laughs, a lot of fun.
I love it.
I mean, more kudos to the top laner on that team, because how can he focus through that?
I mean, he's chilling, he's leaning back for now. The Stratons on stage ready all as well. They're going to be the first game we have today, but before we get into the action, I wanted to play a game with you guys to go through all the madness that we've seen across the past 4 weeks. We're going to do some overreaction statements and play Delulu. Let me know if they're Delulu or if they're Lulu, if they're actually accurate. Are you guys ready? You can play in chat. You can play in chat as well. The first one we have, the teams that stayed together from last year to this year are not going to get better. Is that delusional?
I mean,
or is that accurate?
I'm calling pure cap. That's the Lulu
What?
to the max. I mean, look, okay, sure, it doesn't look that good for G2 and MCOR right now, but look at GX. Look at GX, guys. I mean, on a more real note.
He's falling for it. He's falling for GX, man.
On a more real note, I think when you have a team that has played together for so long and you encounter the same problems again, you do know how to combat them the second time. So for example, if G2 would struggle to play in the support jungle, if they now see that problem happening again, now they can kind of fight that a little bit better.
I'm calling it cap. If you had issues, I don't see how you fix them the year after that.
I mean, I agree with you, Laure. I just think, Finn, you're wrong here. The facts speak against you. In theory, I agree with you, but we're seeing with G2, they still have problems with the support jungle, even after a full year. Some things never change.
All right, different opinions here. The next one, Baus was right. Top laners in the LEC are boosted. Is that the Lulu?
Delusional.
That is Lulu.
That's delusional.
What? Have you seen our top laners, man? It took 2 weeks for the Baus to become the best top laner or contesting for the best top laner in the league. And it still got there. I mean, 2 weeks to stop getting solo kills in every matchup, and now he's just dominating. What are you talking about?
Don't listen to Finn's propaganda. He's just saying it because he's no longer in the league. We see Naknako, we see Mainter, Kana, Broken Blade. We have a lot of great top laners right now.
At least I was in the league. Oh wait, he was as well. We keep forgetting.
So he was actually right on that one. Talking about Naknako, next statement we have. Naknako is the best top laner we have in the league. Lulu or Delulu?
I mean, I'm gonna call a little bit of Lulu on that. I feel like Naknako is the kind of guy, you give him an inch, he takes a kilometer. Now, I don't know the Imperial system, but I think that's a good connection. I feel like he's the kind of guy that no matter how much fire is in the house, he's always cool and calm and collected. And when you listen to Vitality comms, there's definitely some grade 8 tomfoolery happening in there.
He's good, but like, he's listening right now. Are you the best top laner in the league? No? Okay, well, yes. He doesn't even agree.
He said yes.
Case and point here. The last one we have, maybe some people agree here. I'm starting to get worried about G2. G2 will not make playoffs. I'm buying it.
Come on.
I'm buying those stocks.
Have you watched LEC? Do you not know the script? I checked the script this morning. It's the same old script we've seen year and year and again. G2 bad during regular season. Oh, boo-hoo. Of course they're going to make playoffs. What are we talking about? Who are we kidding?
G2 might not make playoffs. I think they won't make playoffs, and I have a good reason for it. If we can go to the
Okay.
wall here, and we can break it down and look at the different matchups that are going to happen today. The big thing is G2 versus Fnatic. It's a classic, and I would love to say that this match is a do-or-die situation, but it might not be. It depends on a lot of the results beforehand. First of all, the big one is Team Heretics versus KC. If KC wins, then all G2 needs is either Shifters or MKOI to win one game, and they're 100% in. That's G2's insurance policy. But let's say we live in a more fun world, where Team Heretics beats KC, then it all comes down to this. G2 versus Fnatic, and at this point, I might be favoring Fnatic, in which case, G2's out of playoffs.
What I love about your presentation, Jack, is that Linsas and Naknako were paying attention here.
Hey, thank
they
you,
like
guys.
those odds. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
This guy believes G2's gonna lose to Fnatic.
Talking about the rest of the scenarios we have, how does it look like for the rest of the teams? Because the stakes are high. They're cooked today for the last day of the regular season we have. For all the teams, except Shifters, they qualify if they win. For Shifters, though, they're going to need a little bit more help from other teams today.
Yeah.
Simple. Simple.
Super simple. I mean, as you say, 4 teams left, 4 spots left, 6 teams left.
other
That's
way,
the way
yeah.
to do it. So it's very tight. Some really exciting teams is gonna lose out on the spot. So it all comes down to today.
All right. And what about Los Ratones then?
Well, LR, there is still a little bit of a chance. Look, the odds speak in LR's favor. It's a 90% chance they're gonna make it. But this is the Rat Poison Walk of Death. If they lose to Vitality, and then GX ends up beating KC Blue, Shifters beating SK Gaming, MKOI against Navi, and Heretics versus KC, and then G2 versus Fnatic. That means that Fnatic, LR, and the last team there will now all be tied on 5-5 or 5-6, and that means that they will lose a tiebreaker.
Fair
Simple,
enough.
clear. We're going to update you guys throughout the day, of course, on all the stakes that we have. You can follow on the foldy sheets. A lot of things are going to change actually throughout the day, so we will update you, of course. One thing that I want to talk about, the first matchup we're going to have. We see the teams behind us. Los Ratones versus Vitality. And the matchup that I have my eyes on, sorry I was confused, but I'm also thinking about what Baus said yesterday. He is coming for Naknako, the best top laner that we have in the league. And actually, we're gonna check the video because I think Baus called him out yesterday, live.
I was watching Naknako stream. He said I was a bad laner. A viewer asked him, what do you think about the Baus? He's a bad laner, but good macro. Okay, tomorrow I will show him what a good laner looks like.
Let's go. Bad laner, he's gonna show it.
I mean, big words from Baus. In my opinion, Baus's biggest weakness is his laning phase. So we'll see if he's able to punish Naknako today. I don't know what you think as a fellow top laner, Finn.
I mean, Baus did say that a lot of our top laners are boosted. I think Naknako to that is the exception. I think he's had an amazing LEC versus so far, and I feel like he always makes so much out of every champion. I think in laning phase, Baus is gonna struggle. I really want to see Baus kind of do what he did yesterday against Wunder, which is getting through laning phase and coming to that team fights, because I think that's where Baus can actually shine.
You were saying that Naknako might be the best top laner we have in the league. What makes him so good?
I mean, Naknako's, first of all, laning phase. So many solo kills. Always, if you check at the gold, actually, he's always almost ahead in gold in the game and XP. He's just always putting himself in a good spot. We know Vitality is a scrappy team. They like to make things a little bit chaotic, but I feel like Naknako, he thrives in that chaos. He always makes himself get ahead.
I completely agree with you, Finn. If Balsi is going to win, it's going to be through scaling. It's going to be through his superior team fighting. And that's the way that you can actually take down Naknako, because in laning phase, I don't think it's going to happen.
A little bit more on Naknako, and you've been in this situation, Finn. Being good in lane doesn't automatically win you games. So what made him stand out and maybe picking up for the slack for the rest of his team later on in the game?
I just feel like he's not really scared to make plays. I think of this moment where he was standing, like they had just lost a fight, but then he's camping at enemy red buff just to pick off the enemy jungler on Rumble.
Yeah.
And I feel like he sees these angles that a lot of other top laners would not even dare to go to. It's about his fearlessness, and I think this is why Vitality looks so happy. I think they're very joyous. They kind of remind me of the old Mad Lions team where they just laugh off mistakes and then look for the next play.
Something that I'm wondering is what's going to happen in top lane, because I believe Naknako on stream said that it's going to be too easy for him, so maybe as a merciful god, he might leave Sion open? Dracos, can we ask him?
That is an excellent question. can we get a confirmation? Did you say that you're a merciful god and you're going to leave Sion open for the boss?
I mean, I said it. I also told my coaches that we should leave Sion open. They were kind of confused and they kind of want to ban it, but they also don't want to ban it. But we'll see what happens.
So if we see a Sion ban today, it is the fault of the Vitality coaching staff. You personally would leave it open.
Yes, I will for sure leave it open. I just want him to play Sion because everyone is banning it.
Do you stand by what you said? Do you think you're going to absolutely dominate him in lane today? No, even if there's a Sion?
I did not say it at all. He will stomp me.
Yeah, fine, okay, he's gonna stomp you, whatever. Dang it, we're trying to build it up, bro. Where's the confidence now? Back to you guys.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema here in the top lane, but absolute cinema is also what Los Ratons gave us since the beginning of the split, because from going 0-4 into the position they're in right now, they're an ERL team to begin with, on the cusp of making it to playoffs ahead of 3 teams in the LEC. We see the standings behind us. Generational run from them so far, and they made it happen game after game after game.
They're making history happen right now. This feels like a ragtag team of friends that came together and they went up from the ERLs, and nobody believed in them. Even me, I watched a lot of their games last year. I didn't think they would make it this far. They're heading in potentially into playoffs, and that's their comfort zone, BO5s.
I mean, I feel like the step up has just been so significant. Like, we came in and they were just losing lanes. They felt like they couldn't really get a grasp in the game, but week after week, game after game, they are becoming more and more stable. Yesterday against SK, they just held on super well. Such a long game, and when LR gets to that late game, they are actually one of our best decision-making teams in our league right now. So that really is their game plan. They have such a strong fundamental understanding of how the game should be played in the later half of the game. So I really want to see them hone into that.
And you can only imagine what it means for Casual, especially with this project that he builds from scratch. It was supposed to be a fun project initially, assembling this team with Crowny, who was really looking for this new shot to finally play in a big league. Reckless, legendary AD carry for years, coming back from T1 Academy after being with them winning worlds and taking this new bet, being on the role of support. Baus, streamer challenger with the most unique playstyle that we would never think would work in pro play. And I could go on for ages for the rest of this lineup. He convinced Nemesis to come back to pro play.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible, this roster. Like, it's just such names that you never thought you would see back in the LEC. And the fact that they're here and they're doing it, they're doing the comeback as well. Like, it feels like a Schalke miracle run that's revived as well. There's just so much to be happy about, so much to be excited about.
It feels like you can just take any player and look at their story these last few years, and that's why people care so much. That's why people resonate with this LR roster, because they have seen it. They've seen the Inta scrims, they've seen the disaster classes, but they've also seen the growth, and that's why they're so invested.
When you're so close to success, that you've reached the deepest lows at the beginning of the league, into finally being one game away from making it, one thing that they have to be careful about today, to not be distracted from their goal, what would it be? Especially facing off against Vitality.
Mute all chat.
Mute all chat.
Hôm nay là kick off nha mọi người, hôm nay là kick off nhé. Hôm nay là tie break nè, có thể nói là tie break quyết định cái vòng playoff. Đây là cái hiệu số 5-5, cái hiệu số vòng này, còn hôm nay là xem. Hôm nay Quýnh gọi là căng tay ngày hôm qua nhiều
It's not only
nha.
about League of Legends for this matchup, but it is the game that everybody is looking forward to seeing today. And Dracos is standing by with the Rat King.
Let's
Major.
go!
I'm joined once again at the sideline right before an intense match between Los Ratones and Team Vitality.
Still weird.
Still weird.
It's still weird.
Still doing it.
Mãi
Still
stupid
gonna happen.
thật.
Doesn't matter.
Don't know. Hôm qua đây ngủ mấy thằng G2 đánh cho bất tỉnh nhân sự luôn. Hôm qua nó quýnh em con buồn ngủ mà. Đột quýnh 30 phút 3-4 kill mọi người à. Ui giời à, các thợ đánh như thế này thì thôi, lõ chó.
I thought that would have come from Mr. Canone. But I got to know, right now, do you have a final motivational speech for the Rats?
Bro,
for
you
the
can't
boys
put me on the spot
ready
like
to
that.
go?
Bro, I don't know what's happening anymore. Like,
Đánh mà, đánh như ngu ngủ. Ngày hôm qua đánh chậm, ngày hôm qua cái lối đánh mấy này nó hơi chậm.
And when we were talking to the boys, we're like, I think 3 or 4 is playoffs. Just 3 or 4. We just need 3 or 4. We've got 8. We've got 6. I know it'll be 6. So we had to go like maybe 6 in one in our last 7 games when we're 0-4. So the fact that we made it here is mental. All I know is today we can end up 9th or 4th. So we're either top 4 in playoffs or out. And it's on 1 game. So let's just let Jesus take the wheel and see what happens.
All right, it's all on Jesus, I guess. There we go.
That's all I got for you.
That's enough from us. Let's send it back over to the gang.
And we're the gang.
Tầm này thì cứ để đi mọi người ơi.
What could be
Cứ đợi nó mang bích xong nhá. Cứ đợi nó có mang bích nhá. Còn sớm.
I think a lot of people hope it's not.
Lát nữa có Liverpool đá với lại Mancute mọi người ạ. 11:30 là Liverpool đá với Mancute.
I mean, there's a lot of pros that are very much just like, that's true, that would be really cool.
Gì đấy? Hugo, Eketier, Florian Witt, Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Sena, Gavin Peck, McAllister. Cái đội hình bên phía của Liverpool vẫn như ngày xưa, không khác chút nào. Còn tầm này bên phía của Việt đang chuẩn bị là mang bích mọi người. Trận đầu tiên là Việt đánh nhá. Việt đánh với lại LA của Rodrigo De Bon mọi người. Việt đánh với LA của Rodrigo De Bon.
That's the other thing, is LR even prepared to have a Sion open? They've spent the whole split not playing, and I mean there was this the mind games that Bao.
Cơn thịnh nộ
của
Cần Đò.
Guys,
I don't think it's that good anymore.
Để coi nó mang bích cái đã. Để coi nó bích cái đã. Tầm này đang có mang bích. Bên phía của gọi là LA, gọi là Vitality 5 năm. 4 năm thằng 5 năm rồi. Việt thì là 6-4 nha. Việt được đánh giá cao hơn bên phía của Vitality nha. Vợ lộn mà Việt được đánh giá cao hơn bên phía của LA nha.
Bao's not wanting to play the Sion into Rumble matchup or anything into Rumble, really very strong right now.
Trận này hình như là Việt trừ bao nhiêu nhỉ?
Unless Naknako saying I'm not going to cheese a Gnar into his Sion. Zalia, okay. One ban left, Vitality.
Hôm nay là Việt trừ có ít thôi, Việt trừ thấp thôi, Việt trừ không cao đâu, Việt trừ không cao đâu. Khả năng cao là Việt thắng được đấy, Việt thắng được đấy. Nhưng mà cứ đợi ban bích cái này nhé. Vị trí của Đờ Bầu mấy trận gần đây Đờ Bầu đánh cũng khá là lên tay mọi người ạ.
Okay, he managed to convince his coaches to leave the Sion open. The gauntlet's been thrown.
Em Long có cảm giác còn LA đánh khá là lên tay nha anh Minh Thông. Minh Thông, Việt hôm qua đánh hay điên nhưng mà ngày hôm nay chưa biết được.
Can improve their seeding. There's the Sion hover. We all knew it was coming. There's the Mundo hover. They will see where Vitality decide to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they do pick the Mundo.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
They made no deals about the Mundo.
Exactly.
They were very much like, we'll leave the Sion open.
Để mấy anh sợ chimmer này mà cầm cái thùng rượu vô đi căng đó.
And honestly, I think that's a smart choice. Like, I think Mundo is super strong.
LA từ 05 mà qua tới 5 năm đấy không đùa nha.
Vitality staying true to their word. The Baus we're going to get to see his legendary pick on the LEC stage.
He has never lost
Tướng tủ anh em ơi, tướng tủ của vị trí Đờ Bầu nha. Tướng tủ của vị trí Rodrigo Đờ Bầu nha. Con Sion mọi người ạ, tướng tủ.
Because on 26.3 they changed some of the gold that you
give
when you die.
Có Sion rồi thôi đi. Amressa nữa thì hơi khoai. Cookie được bích cho vị trí của Crowny mọi người ạ. Còn tướng mà Crowny sử dụng rất là nhiều khoảng thời gian gần đây.
And we'll see where Vitality decide to go. Vitality been making some waves in the last few weeks. Their win against KC was very clean. Yesterday their victory not quite as clean but still very solid. I think they've been they're not really a dark horse. You can never really call a team with Humanoid and Kazi on it a dark horse, but playing above expectations, been more consistent than inconsistent recently, I'd say.
Well, I mean, they've qualified for playoffs is what I'll say.
Okay, sure.
So many of our teams are very difficult to judge right now.
Amressa đi rừng phải nói tới bọn Trung Quốc. Bọn Trung Quốc sử dụng Amressa đi rừng mới nhiều.
Partially because of the format, partially because of the time in the year where teams figure out their style and how they want to play together.
Anh đi trước cái thời gian rồi còn chưa biết theo bên nào. Nó thả Sion rồi em Long ơi, hôm nay mới thấy được Đờ Bầu đánh của Sion. Đờ Bầu tướng tủ. Rodrigo De Bon. Sion lên full dam nha, Sion lên full dam nha. Sion lên full dam nha các tình yêu.
What a comp.
Yeah, that's a great comp.
Varus Azia paired alongside the Mundo is a very strong foundation. Nemesis gonna be bringing out the Yone.
Thôi, đánh cái cộng mọi người ơi. AG thì anh em mình đánh cộng nhé. AG thì anh em mình đánh LA cộng nhé. 4 người noi này đánh con AG thì cũng chấm hỏi lắm. Anh em mình đánh cái cộng nhá. Cộng 4.5 thì không cao đâu. Nhưng mà trận này thì chắc là ok đó. LA cộng 4.5 thì cái tình yêu ơi. LA cộng 4.5 nhá.
That matchup becomes a lot easier.
Another pick that a Lost Returns player has 100% win rate on professionally. 2-0, played it twice last year, hasn't played it otherwise, I'm not even sure Yone was out when he was playing in the LEC all those years ago.
You weren't counting ERLs?
No, this is only ERLs. He's 2-0 in ERLs.
Okay.
But didn't play it when he was in
Honestly,
the USCS.
bro, chat releases,
at some point in the past it happened. Baus also on this sign has beaten T1 with it twice in Red Bull League of its own tournaments. So Vitality, obviously, you know, Nako lane.
Thằng Đà Bao đánh con Gragas giờ này đánh cũng kinh nha.
Segment at the start, like Nako, I think is widely seen as the best top laner in our league, at
well,
least
with Kana,
right now.
that conversation
Kana,
is happening, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a bit of a contentious conversation for sure, but those two top laners are mechanically strongest and seem to have massive impact in the game. I'm excited to see what Nako brings out. This Mundo, we don't know where it's going yet. Linsus or Nako could be the champion. Yeah, that's the assumption, but we don't know. He may just say, you know what, I'll play tank into tank. We'll see how it goes. But Lilia actually going to be the ban directed towards Valia. They realize that AP is the jungle choice. Things like Echo and Diana could be a possibility. Of course, we are live on 26.3, so some of the nerfs that we've seen come through will be affecting players on this patch. The Nico going to be banned, and the Gwen as a possible jungle option as well. So Vitality preparing for some of those scaling jungle choices.
Làm cái trừ nhá mọi người, làm cái cộng nha mọi người, cộng 4.5 thôi. Cộng 4.5 bằng khỏe một combat thì Voel mình Eli cổ vũ luôn cho máu. Không nha, trận cái giải này đánh bịp lắm nha, 4-5 mạng với tụi nó bịp lắm nha. Được. Hôm nay là phải đánh, hôm nay là chỉ có đi cái cộng thôi, bọn này bịp lắm. Anh em gọi là đừng vì cái lợi ích nhỏ mà đánh mất đi cái gọi là cái mục tiêu lớn mọi người à. Đừng để cái mục đích nhỏ mà cắn mất đi cái mục tiêu lớn. Mục tiêu là phải gọi là mở bát đầu ngày là phải thuận lợi.
I think it's pretty good into the board as well. Varus, Pike, that's a scary bot lane to go up against.
A bit too aggressive. You need a bit of engage, and they're gonna.
Phải thuận lợi mọi người à, thì sẽ gọi là phấn khởi.
You've laid down the gauntlet. What shape is it?
Gì?
Is it an R?
Hồi nữa mới có bóng.
Like an R, man.
Possibly they have left it open. Jace is also something that he could consider. It depends how hard he wants to go.
Aatrox also seen as sometimes a counter into the Scion. But actually, it looks like it might be the Mundo top that you were talking about. It Pantheon picked usually in the jungle. Really don't expect it to be picked into a Scion. And Linsus has played that Pantheon twice already this year.
Yeah. So we'll for now assume that this Mundo is going into the top lane. Nako was chosen for a tank matchup. It means that both sides have very solid front lines.
Vị trí của bên phía con LA, cái đội hình trông gọi là dễ trang mọi người ạ. Silas này, Sion này, John này, Silas đi rừng, Cookie con bạc nha. Nói chung là đánh sẽ là đánh được 5 năm. Trận hôm nay gọi là quyết định là 6 năm cho bên phía của LA và 6 năm cho bên phía của Việt. Thế mới gọi là có một cái kịch bản cạnh tranh ở cái giải đấu LEC này. Mundo đi top phế lắm.
Azir ultimate, Varus ultimate, Alistar ultimate, all great ultis to steal for Valiant.
Panth ult as well, just to follow any side pressure, right? And Mundo ult for the maximum dose just gives yourself a bunch of healing. It was the end of last year, by the way, Betty.
The end of last year.
Yeah, his monster damage was reduced by 15%, but still 115% on that. Silas can still clear relatively well. So, do or die for Lost Returns today. A loss here does not eliminate them from playoffs, but makes their road reliant on the graces of other teams. If they win, though, they are locked into our top 8 in LEC versus something that at the start of the year, I don't think many people would have predicted. In the middle of the split,
Silas là LA win chặt rồi em á.
And it would be an incredible
cũng gọi là hên xui. Hên xui. Tại Silas đi rừng thì cũng cái lượng tài nguyên nó sẽ đảm bảo, nhưng mà cái lượng level thì khó nói mọi người ạ. Nói chung là nếu bạn được bạn đầu game hoặc là găng được đầu game thì em nghĩ sẽ là một cái đối trọng khá là ngon. Còn nếu mà phèn thì sẽ là phèn luôn, khó cá hồi lắm.
In the chat at the start of the game. Let's see how much work you can do on the Scion.
It's actually super wholesome from the Vitality guys. Kazi, Nako, and Fleshy all said good luck. And Fleshy giving him the good luck Messi, the Messi of League of Legends. So some wholesome all chat from both these teams. They're giving Bounce the opportunity to, I mean, I find it very honorable to give a player his best champion and say, hey, if you're going to qualify for playoffs, like,
Tầm này thì người nói đánh con Aji cũng về môn. Người nói đánh con Aji cũng vậy thôi. Cái đội hình bên phía của Ewa rõ ràng nó dễ đánh hơn. Đầu bầu trận này lên tăng nha, đầu bầu lên tăng chứ không lên đam nha.
Silas plus Yone, relatively short range. Sion needs to find an engage against a lot of mobility and a decent amount of disengage. LR execution on these team fights is going to be super important. But let's take stock of the early game because in the bot lane they will have that early push thanks to.
Đầu bầu đánh gọi là đánh tăng nha chứ không có đánh đam nha.
Flashy on the Alistar, you can already see that he's a little bit low on HP. Nice proc of the electrocute means that they're going to get some good trades out from the LR bot lane 2 versus 2. In the mid lane as well, I think Nemesis is actually doing pretty well. Holding his own again, as we expected. The early HP is going to go the way of Humanoid. He does have that range advantage. And top lane seems very neutral between both the Mundo and the Sion. So really that bot side of the map is where LR.
Nếu không phải thì Keria thì sao em lòng á. Nhưng mà em nghĩ Tiếp LEC gọi là đánh con này cũng phải được 3/10. Không được 5/10 thì cũng phải được 3/10 chứ. Thi đấu chuyên nghiệp biết bao nhiêu năm rồi mà nói quýnh con bàn không biết đánh.
You can see Baus was harassed down a little bit on that top side early on. Humanoid still getting the push in mid, and will get himself a plate. But across the rest of the map, Honor's relatively even. You can see Crowny does have a 10.
Tầm này con Silas mà nó cướp cơ ulti của con Alita thì thôi, châu.
It's actually going to be almost a full wave behind after the first few waves.
Yeah, those early levels are really brutal for most Alistar lanes. I'm sure you've experienced that plenty of times yourself, Medic.
I don't play Alistar because of it.
That's fair enough.
Tại vì cái căn bản này con Mundo khá là chấm hỏi. Mundo đường trên ở thời điểm hiện tại không ngon như con Sion, không có nhiều CC mà thiếu CC.
He's playing in the top lane matchup. Don't be too concerned about it. The good deaths originate from his mastery over this champion, as you highlighted. An impressive domestic record in the ERL with 11 wins.
11 wins, 0 losses.
11 wins, 0 losses.
Oh, Flashy going in here. Looking at the Trample Sun's going to have to flash away. Flash forward from Crowny, in fact. Needs another
rồi, vừa mới nói thì bên phía của Ewa có một chiến công đầu rồi nha. Nhưng mà Rodrigo Double khả năng cao là mất đi cho mình đó là cái mạng luôn rồi mọi người ơi. Dí vào Naco ăn cho mình cái vali và sống sót từ vị trí của Naco. Thì đó đây khu vực đường dưới thì vị trí của Crowny có mạng khu vực đường trên thì Rodrigo Double lại nằm nha.
Again, they're used to playing with the Sion, so they get an early first blood. Down towards the bot side of the Rift. Nako adds to his solo kill stats as he picks one up onto Baus. He was confident in his laning phase against Baus, but Baus not going to be too deterred by his early death.
He's gone cull longsword.
Solo kill dành cho vị trí của Naco. Đánh đi gì nha. Naco ăn cái mạng cũng vậy anh em. Ăn được thì là tốt thôi. Nhưng mà đừng ăn nhiều quá là được rồi. Thất tung được cái vị trí của con John nè. Này mà xích quay lại chém luôn vị trí của người nồi. Khá là mạnh mọi người ạ. Rồi thằng này làm trò nó rồi mọi người ơi. Mà Rodrigo Double rồi tới nữa rồi con Sion. Tới nữa rồi con Sion fit to win rồi.
So the question should be, was that a good death? And in this situation, it wasn't ideal. If the minion wave had come a little bit earlier, he could have used his passive to secure that wave and he wouldn't have lost out on any tempo. But we look back at the top lane and you'll notice that even though he did die, he's going to return back to top lane just in time to be able to catch this wave. And I assume that Nako, not going to do a fast push, in fact, just going to last hit so that Baus does in fact lose as many minions as possible. So Baus lost about half a wave off the back of that, which will result in a bit of an experience difference developing. Nothing too significant for the time being though.
Still holding on to his flash.
Quả gọi là bên phía của Ewa thằng Double này nãy giờ chết không hay mọi người ơi. Chiến thuật đánh fit to win lên đam nữa. Đây mình con Sion lên full đam.
And Nako with the maximum dosage will heal himself back up.
I mean that cleaver that you're talking
con Sion gọi là full đam fit to win rồi.
In the early game. Good stuff from Nako, really recognizing how he can take advantage of the Mundo in this matchup and build himself a pretty decent lead. But again, like, the thing is, Baus, yes, he's 0-2. he's ahead in CS. He does have this tendency to find a way. His HP, again, dangerously low, as we mentioned before. But let's look at the rest of the map. Humanoid with a small CS lead, kind of as we expected in this matchup. Once Nemesis gets this wave, I imagine the difference isn't going to be too dramatic. And you could see early Vamp Scepter coming through from him as well, going for the fleet for that extra bit of sustain. The bot side of the map is really where LR is sitting with their advantage right now, thanks to that early kill secured by Crowny. He's sitting at about a 600, 700 gold lead for himself.
Should be a fight around the spot side Scuttlecraft. Whichever jungler gets this will hit level 6, and you can see immediately the TP coming in from Fleshy trying to join this party. But with Crowny and Reckless already here, the smite coming down, it's Linces that gets it, so he'll be level 6.
Cậu 4.5 chết từ lúc bích tướng á. Khó nói luôn á, khó nói luôn á. Double 0-2 rồi, nhưng mà Double đang ngừng lại cái lượng fit rồi. Farm đến từ vị trí của Rodrigo Double. Rodrigo Double trận này lên đam mọi người, không có lên tăng nhá.
Hovering around his red buff, no camps for him to secure. Nemesis in a lot of danger, especially with Humanoid having that health advantage. A stacked wave, Nemesis can't afford to lose this, and that's why the presence of Fleshy is so important, because they can threaten the dive, they're denying Nemesis as much as they can.
There's also an option for Linces to look for a topside invade. You can see he has gone to his own topside, but knowing that Velia was only level 5, getting the push through mid as well, you can then look to try and keep Silas as
Nemesis đang hành, Nemesis đang hành.
He's going to go across towards his red buff, get those camps respawning as soon as possible. But for the moment, as you've said, Vedi, the leads for Lost Returns are in that bot side. Crowny with a wave advantage and that kill, hitting about 700 lead overall. Meanwhile, on the top side, Linces and Naknako have their leads.
Ở đây thì gọi là cố gắng dọn lên đến từ vị trí của Double. Bây giờ băng chuộng Double cũng vậy thôi mọi người ơi, không mang lại cái ý nghĩa nhiều đâu. Nó đấm gì đâu nha, vì xét tiền đến từ vị trí của Double nè, đấm được vị trí của con Mundo, solo đến từ vị trí của Vanja, không được anh em. Silas tầm này cũng hơi khoai.
Might actually have his tempo stopped. Chain of Corruption coming out from Kazi. He looks to try and chunk out Crowny and Reckless, meaning the dive wouldn't really be able for them. He does enough work stopping Reckless and Crowny going for that dive.
So it's a 1-for-1 on the top side of the Rift. Bounce, able to get a kill back, is very valuable for him as he keeps that gold close between the two top laners. I was a little surprised that Velia didn't keep going for that fight, because it felt like in the extended trade, he actually had kill pressure, especially with the Mundo ultimate sitting on top of him. But we look back at this Velia, he's wary that something's going to happen. He then arrives. He arrives a little bit too late. That stun just flashed away from, but it doesn't matter because ultimately Naknako still drops. And in this position, I'm like, okay, Velia... Yeah, K-Draw getting quite excited naturally, as you should be in this situation.
Làm gì la dữ vậy? Làm gì la dữ vậy? Làm gì huấn luyện viên la dữ vậy?
Fleshy is roaming somewhere on the map. He doesn't know exactly where he is, so he does not take the risk. But, you know, many LR fans would sit there and tell you, if you enter the 15-minute mark, even with Lost Returns, you're in a very dangerous position. And so far, Vitality have not found a significant advantage.
Đầu báo lên món gì đấy nhỉ? Đầu báo lên món gì đó mọi người nhỉ?
This split have never been at 15 minutes with a gold lead.
They've definitely never
Gì
won a
này?
game.
Nát vậy ta? Thôi thì fit á. Bình thường mà 2-3 đến từ hai bên có Sion có mạng cái lượng tiền thì bên phía của LA vẫn dẫn luôn. Lượng tiền này LA vẫn dẫn. LA chưa thua về mặt tiền nông.
To say the least. Right now they're considering a dragon as they set up around the objective. Nemesis.
Emperor's Divide coming out from Humanoid as Nemesis used the Fate Sealed. Linces on the chase here. Baus was looking for that roam, but Fleshy's here first. Naknako coming across as well. Baus doesn't really have anywhere to go, doesn't have that ultimate either. Knock up from Fleshy and Baus will fall in the enemy jungle as his team takes the dragon.
So a considerate idea from Baus to come mid, try and help this team, but unfortunately, when you have 3 members of LR in that bot side River, that means the Vitality has to be somewhere else. So the moment he tries to make that mid roam happen, the rest of Vitality are there to punish. Another death will be added to the board, but so far, again, the gold remains even for the time being.
And he can TP up to the top side to catch this wave that's crashing in. Reckless here just trying to shadow to make sure that Humanoid can't keep Nemesis from getting the wave crashed. Crowny holding on to the Valkyrie, great chain of corruption.
Rồi, ở đây hút được cái vị trí của Crowny. Ôi ơi, nhưng mà vì thằng Vanja nó lại đu hụt anh em, mà Vanja quả đó mà đu trúng được vị trí của con Varus thì cứu được con Cookie của thằng cực Crowny luôn. 5-4 cho bên phía của Việt nha. Mà cái lượng tiền hai bên hiện tại đang bằng nhau 100%.
And Velia does a good job of making sure it stays strong. He gets 2 kills for himself. That's going to accelerate the
4 mạng. 4 mạng thằng Double hết. Nó fit 4 mạng mọi người ạ. Khổ. Double đánh, mấy anh cộng trừ khổ. Double nằm ở trên nhưng mà khúc đường dưới này Vanja làm 2.
And because Flesh has been roaming around the map so much as well, you do know that if you can bring one person across there, perhaps you can catch Cardi out.
Đánh láo không, nằm nữa nè.
Again, up towards the top side. Oh, the unstoppable blocks there. Flash away from Baus though, as Fleshy continues to try and chase him down. There's the trample, Soul Furnace for a bit of a shield, but Nucko and Fleshy should be able to take him out. The wave is crashing. Baus will be happy enough to have got that one in. Velia going in with the rocket belt. Trying to chase Nucko
down. Rồi. Tính ra Sion đấm đâu nha, đấm 2-3 cái gần đi. Đấm 2 cái cũng đồ hự.
He's just a little too late to the party. A few seconds earlier and that could have been a very different fight. Humanoid though looking for Nemesis.
1-5 đến từ vị trí của Rodrigo Double mọi người.
He did.
I think he flashed in front.
Thằng kia thằng Double hết trận anh Vút, anh chấp thằng boxing. Em thấy nó cầm cái quyền năng bất diệt, em tưởng nó lên tăng. Khổ. Mà con Sion của nó chuyên gia lên đam, xài Chimmer Double chuyên gia đánh con Sion lên đam mọi người ạ.
Nemesis will be happy enough to only use his ultimate in exchange for Humanoid's flash.
And now, I mean, Velia should come in. There's no flash.
There's the Emperor's Divide. Humanoid needs to get out of here. Shifting sands will get him a bit of distance, but there's no one on this side of the map to help him out. Velia can keep chasing in. Does have the flash. Absconder ducked.
Đu được không? Con Silas đu được quả này không? Hụt e rồi. Phần chia tiền hạ đẩy về chỗ Nemesis nè. Tóc biến qua tường dứt điểm cái mạng đó đến từ vị trí của Vanya. Hợp lý anh em ơi, hợp lý. Vanya đánh quả này vậy hay rồi.
Velia is continuing to get stronger. Vitality putting a lot of resources into Nemesis.
Humanoid doesn't have a flash, doesn't have an ignite, but can dash away with a mortal strike. And now Velia comes back in, trample from Fleshy for the stun. Velia still chasing forward here. In the end, will just retreat as Reckless comes to back him up.
My goodness, a scrappy game. Vitality, they're a team that likes to skirmish, and we're seeing it so much from Fleshy. He's roaming around the map and having as much impact as he can. You're expecting this from a Pantheon, but this Alistar wants to get involved in the action. And LR, while they are a little bit slow to react in the moment, they are there to respond a few seconds later, resulting in some return kills of their own. Velia's doing a great job in this early game of punishing that aggression, and he finds himself with a 3-0-1 scoreline.
Cờ đâu đi với Vanya gánh thằng Double. Đâu cuộc sống luôn, Double đánh được mà. Double nãy giờ vẫn có mạng hỗ trợ nè, vẫn có mạng hỗ trợ cho thằng Vanya nó ăn nè. Cố gắng nắm vào vị trí của Nucko nha. Đu được luôn nè. Có mạng anh em ơi. Con Silas nó hồi máu bằng cái ulti của con Mundo.
Will heal himself back up, and Linces can only catch the wave. Fate sealed in the mid lane as Nemesis looks for the chase. Reckless is here. Flashy too far away, and Humanoid can't shift the sands. Apart from the ones that fall on his face, 6 feet under now. Humanoid down a 1.8k, 1.9k lead for the Lost Ratones.
Lost Ratones have decided that it's their turn to take control over the Rift. A gank in the top lane, a gank in the mid lane, pressure continuing bot. Fleshy though, he wants to answer back.
Brownie holding the flash, but still it's
Khổ, khổ thằng Crowny. Crowny bắn luôn cái vị trí của thằng CJ mọi người ạ. Hút về tưởng đâu là ăn được vị trí của Crowny, Crowny nó bắn luôn thằng CJ.
Lost Ratones with a 2.6k gold lead. Crowny is just
gọi đào hết chưa, còn sớm.
Nemesis now with a goal lead of his own. The Blade of the Ruin King completed makes him a much greater threat in the side lane.
3k tiền, con Sion khó chịu rồi, con Sion 1 năm hơn tiền. Sion 1 năm mà hơn tiền nha.
You can already see Nemesis making his way towards the bot lane. Crowny gonna take up Mantle in the mid. Dragon is ready and available, and you have to imagine that that's gonna be the next objective. Baus doing what he does best, proxying, steals a wave away. And he's going for more. He does not care. He's hunting for that extra wave, and this is how you build that massive tempo advantage. The Azir is going to be coming up, and if they kill Baus, that's fine, but they're losing the dragon in exchange.
Yeah, Humanoid comes in, Fleshy there with a follow-up knockup. Baus will die here. Doesn't have the unstoppable onslaught, but he has distracted Vitality for as long as they needed. The Drake now will be going over to Lost Ratones. Humanoid just trying to get some...
Đầu bao đẻ trên lên bắt đầu bao mất con rồng. Lên bắt đầu bao mất con rồng mọi người ạ. Đen. Chịu, vô thế bắt buộc phải chay à.
Have never won from this position in LEC versus, but what a lead they developed, and off the back of Velia. This guy is 4-0-1 on this Silas, not known for his AP picks at all. Brings it out in a perfect position to play it, and now is doing so much work through this early game, Betty. I think a lot of people doubted him I think I myself definitely doubted him. I thought off the Mundo, his Jarvan performances weren't exceptional. But now he's showing up for Lost Returns when they need him most. A win here gets them into playoffs. And they are controlling the map. They'll take the Rift Herald as well.
And I wanted to look at that, like, because that would be considered a classic Baus good death,
sure.
Right? And so I want to look at how much gold did Nemesis actually get off, sorry, Humanoid get off the back of that play. He got 313 gold.
Yeah.
In the bot lane, though, Nemesis got 2 plates, getting himself 240 gold, and they also got themselves the second raid. Overall, on top of all the minion waves that he still got after his death, that is the definition of a good death.
Grand Starfall coming down towards the bot lane. I agree. Nako is going to be chased out by Reckless on the top side here. Cosmic Binding does land.
Dạ, đào bầu anh biết em kiếp trước anh nợ mày, nhưng riêng trận này xin đừng fit nữa. Không fit nữa. Vừa mới nói đào bầu vừa nằm luôn anh em. Nắc Nako một máu nè. Nắc Nako cũng nằm, cái mạng của thằng Nắc Nako có giá hơn là mạng thằng đào bầu. Đào bầu 17.
Phải chó. LR is quite happy with.
They have the Rift Herald
as well. They have the Rift Herald. They're going to get this tower and they should be able to
đào bầu 17 mọi người ạ.
As well. Flashy is going to be hovering around the top side. There's nothing he can do about this though. Velia just going to run that straight towards the tower. Gold continues to be king.
Behind Vetti. Humanoid's looking for this. They think perhaps they can catch Nemesis and Velia unawares. Fate Seal available for Nemesis. Does have the flash as well. Flashy goes in looking for the knockup. Sun Disc down. Emperor's Divide collide. But the Fate Seal finds Humanoid. He tries to chip the stands and get the shield, but it's
thằng Vanya đánh hay quá. Thằng Vanya đánh con siêu đánh hay quá nha.
Flashy under the tower because Baus is here. The soul unbound out at Nemesis.
Đào bầu reset tiền. Đào bầu reset tiền.
Lost Returns are dominating in these skirmishes. Vitality keeps trying to bring the fight to them, but it is LR that is.
Team nó vận hành với con Sion này hay quá anh em ơi. Đánh 17 phút ao 5k tiền. 17 phút ao 5k tiền. Má đào bầu đánh con Sion hay quá ta. Fit vậy mà nhìn hay phết đấy. Vẫn hơn tiền á.
It results in a winning skirmish, and as you highlighted, this is a 5k gold lead that LR is sitting in the early game.
Now Vitality's topside jungle. A slew of vision there for Lost Returns. We'll have another look at this because with Humanoid TPing in, you're worried for Nemesis.
You naturally are. But with Varus on the way, you're thinking, okay, in the 2 versus 3, this could be...
Got the ball, Sion, fit to win.
The tower comes up, but a beautiful ulti from Nemesis locks down Humanoid. And, I mean, where is Humanoid going to go? He has no options available to him. It's an easy double. Bao's going to pick that one up.
Baus TPing in as well meant that...
No, perfect description, Kadril, yes.
Baus TPing in meant that Kazi couldn't react. Like, he couldn't walk forward.
Fit 7 mạng gấp 500 vàng. Em gục của anh đó.
1.5 items where Crowny already has his Manamune stacking up towards the Muramana. Nemesis now with an Immortal Shield Bow, 2 items on all the key carries for Lost Returns.
The reason why no one wants to give Baus the champion.
Nhưng mà phải nói cái bài này bên phía của thằng LA nó vận hành hay. Bài này LA vận hành hay.
That is the Baus classic. That right there.
The problem is the automatic detection system.
Yeah.
Still sometimes, if you have 7 deaths in 18 minutes, ready, sometimes it procs, you know?
No reports after the game, okay? No reports.
If there's a new top laner for playoffs, sorry guys, we did all we could. Okay. It's not our fault. It's an automated system.
I mean, very honorable from Vitality to give the Baus his best champion.
18 cho bên phía của LA. 4 cả mấy tiền chênh lệch. Em lòng lấy chai nước.
Gang after gang after gang after gang. So much has been thrown towards him, which just alleviates pressure for the rest of the map. And Crowny in the bot lane has been decimating Kazi. He has been using the full strength of this Corki to find advantages. He secured that bot tower. Gank after gank. We've also seen in the mid lane, Fleshy has been doing his absolute best to make magic happen for Vitality on the Rift. It has not resulted in anything as Nemesis throws the ulti towards Humanoid. He's going to sidestep that.
And that's why having such a strong pushing early game bot lane for Lost Returns when you have Baus on the side is so important.
Absolutely.
Because Baus draws so much pressure that you garner these leads because you know the jungler isn't likely coming bots.
Look at what's happening.
Yeah.
They're ganking Baus. Dragon is available. 3 uncontested dragons. And again, like, you might sit there and say, like, oh, why are they being so biased? Why are they... This is just the Baus. We are explaining to you.
It's 1 letter difference, guys. Okay? 1 letter difference.
Thả Sion cho đờ bầu và cái kết đó. Công nhận thiệt, thả Sion cho thằng đờ bầu và cái kết thiệt mọi người ạ. Lạ nha. Trời sập nè.
A
Here's the
much
thing.
needed pick, because now they can threaten the Baron.
Yep.
Two are dead. Bounce doesn't have TP. He's dead for 15 seconds.
10-10 đến từ hai bên, đầu bầu với vị trí của Cloud bị bắt anh em ơi. Có cơ hội lật cho bên phía của Việt nha.
Daniel might look for a sneaky steal, but he's just clearing out mid. First Baron of the game doesn't usually get you too much other than towers. There's only two tier ones in fact for Vitality to raise after this. But while this is happening, something that Lost Returns have done really well this split is understanding
Việt
when
lật
you
luôn,
play the
Việt lật
inside,
luôn, Việt lật
get
luôn.
something for yourselves. They get the tier 2 down towards the bottom side, but Vitality now can get that scaling up. They've got triple TP, so their map movements later on should be better as the first teleport does come out. Humanoid sliding into Reckless, who flashes away. Velia not caught by the Emperor's Divide. Able just to sidestep it, and great for him. He's got a 700 gold bounty on his head. If Azir's picking that up, that is not good news.
I mean, Vitality not giving up without a fight. They find a beautiful pick on mid lane. They give a lot of that gold over to Kazi. They significantly close that gold gap between the two AD carries. Securing this Baron also takes this objective away from LR and will delay the game a lot. This next Dragon is going to be extremely important for both teams. Vitality is going to use this Baron to stall the game.
3 con rồng cho bên phía của LA, nhưng mà LA mới mất mẹ cho mình gọi là con Baron. Cũng cũ su hào, cũng cũ su hào.
Remember, Vitality do have a lot of scaling of their own. The Azir is going to continue to get stronger as the game progresses. Kazi has a ton of range, and ultimately this is going to be the biggest challenge for LR.
Nói chung là cái cơ hội nó vẫn là còn, nhưng mà nó khó rồi.
That Vitality will look to use the poke that they'll have available around this dragon. 3 minutes, we've got some time. So we'll calm down and we'll take this moment as both teams kind of get ready for that fight that's inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, you have to feel it's going to be around that mountain, Drake. You do not want to give a
Quả đầu bầu 28 28
Faust for that wave clearing for that extra damage, but Naknako has managed to garner a very slight gold.
Em Long lấy ly cà phê của em Long vô cái.
200 gold is basically nothing. It's a refillable, but still, for a while that had turned blue, and now it goes back towards the red. The lead that Crownie had developed cut in half pretty much by that kill. Kazi was able to get himself, and with the Baron buff, you'll see this tower in the mid lane falling. Vitality getting more of that standing gold off the map. That's all the tier 1s down. Bring the gold lead down to 2k. Emperor's Divide out from Humanoid as Nemesis gets chipped away at. Reckless is here to try and help him out. Has those Bandor pipes that do a lot of work in terms of speeding up that.
Tính ra là bầu hay phết đấy chứ. Bắt con Sion, bắt con Sion 2 lần mất 2 con. Em có nói nó dở đâu. Cái lượng tiền của nó, mẹ vì cái nó farm vẫn dữ nha. Nó farm 233 con. Đúng luôn, nó thật sự trừ 8 mạng double fit, ăn mấy cái mạng của thằng double chả có giá trị. Ăn mấy cái mạng của thằng double này cũng chả có giá trị. Quan trọng là con Sion nó vẫn có đồ. Nói chung là bên phía của LA hồi nãy thằng Cloud này bị bắt thôi. Cloud này không bị bắt, có cứt mất của Baron không bắt được.
And ultimate, he finds more apt to the situation.
Well, I just have to imagine that it may have been running out, but also Dragon's in a minute.
I mean, he only just.
Hiểu em không?
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
right.
I think he wants like the Alistar ult or.
Cái quả này mất Baron là do thằng Cloud này bị bắt. Bị bắt chứ không phải là do thằng Double mọi người ạ.
That makes sense. Naknako now looking to contest some of the gold that Valier is after. He's still a ways away from level 16, which is really where Silas, I mean, he's already quite powerful at this point in the game, but level 16, that very low cooldown ult can be exceptionally strong in these team fights. I mean, Vitality, look at how the momentum is shift, though. Vitality, it felt like they were constantly being pushed back on their side of the map, but now pretty much full control. Our observers highlighting for us the vision. There is some deep wards on the top side of the mini-map that LR do.
Silas còn game, còn tiền, còn đào, còn anh em yên tâm.
That single Baron has really swung the momentum in their favor. Now they're looking for a pick.
Rồi, xíu tí nữa thì ăn cho mình cái sợi dây xích mọi người, ăn cái sợi dây xích thì khả năng cao là mất cái đồng hồ cát.
There's also an option for Lost Returns just to give this one up. Say, okay, let's wait for 3 items apiece. Let's wait until Nemesis is finished. Whatever he wants to go to with this BF sword, yeah, Infinity.
Tính ra là mấy cái mạng hồi nãy con Sion nằm anh em để ý kỹ, không có tác dụng nhiều đúng không? Thậm chí nó còn mang lại cái lợi thế cho team nó bằng cách gọi là mặc rô đối phương đi vô khác cho team mạng rộng. Bên phía của LA tập trung quả này nha, LA tập trung quả này.
The on-guard finished for Humanoid could be a very big deal. Here comes the TP from Naknako.
LA là phải tập trung quả này nha. Naknako và cùng đó vị trí của Rodrigo Double tới nè. Rodrigo Double đang ở phía sau nha. Rodrigo đào bóng lái xe nhưng mà bị con Mundo chặn lại rồi. Hất tung được cái vị trí của thằng Aji. Rodrigo đào bóng đang ngăn cản đối phương. Hất tung được thêm một người. Và let's see. CJ thì mất đi cho mình cái flash. Ở phía cánh còn lại thì con Silas nó đang lùa. Con Silas nó đang lùa mọi người ạ. Đờ bầu câu được rất là nhiều thời gian anh em ơi. Ở khu vực phía sau thì đờ bầu làm hết rồi. Bắt được AD bên phía của đối phương luôn rồi. 2v2, 3v2 nha. Quả này là LA 3v2 nè. LA đồng hồ cắt đến từ vị trí của Van Gia. Đồ Vương hồi máu lại. Chạy qua bằng cái đường hầm đến từ vị trí của Bạt. Cứu đi cái vị trí của Humanoid. Liên cắt yếu máu. Con rồng này khả năng cao dành cho bên phía của LA mọi người ạ. Con rồng này khả năng cao dành cho bên phía của LA rồi. Giỡn. Hút lấy cái ulti của con Mundo, nó hút máu như cô Tết anh em ơi. Máu của Silas nó hồi. Với cái đồ Vương và cái ulti của con Mundo nó hồi hơn cô Tết mọi người. Và dạ gánh tim. Đầu bầu mà em đánh cánh sau mọi người thấy đấy, đầu bầu đánh cánh sau hay mà. Đầu bầu nó đánh cánh sau hay mà mọi người.
He's got Grand Star for the TP. Linces doesn't have smite right now, but he'll have it in just a second. Match is coming out as well as Linces dives in. Fletcher with a double knock, but Linces steals it! Linces steals it, and they get the kill on Nemesis. Velio and Reckless now need to run for the hills and need to get out.
Yakindo's gone! And for Flames, their glory! Whatever they've needed him, he's been there. He's stepped up. Stood tall and delivered.
Van Gia chạy nè, Van Gia chạy nè. Phần chia thiên hạ đẹp đến từ vị trí của Van Gia. Ngăn cản đi. Con bò xuống dưới luôn. Rodrigo đờ bồn ulti hút được một người. Mình nói dí tiếp mọi người ạ. Người nói đang muốn dí nhưng mà thôi bỏ rồi. Hồi nãy lại mất con đồng đất. Mà mình tưởng đâu ăn cái linh hồn đồng đất rồi, thế mà mất con đồng đất được. Ảo thật đấy, ảo thật đấy. Thế mà mất con đồng đất được.
He has had an incredible tournament. And it looks like it's not done. Yakinda, who is last alive there, that's not where you want him. Tries to force it first again in middle. Leaving it to luck. Smoke spam for Vitality evade. Abandoning mid. And again forcing Fury to execute. Because so far none of them have been successful.
Thế mà mất con rồng. 14-13, lâu lắm rồi mới thấy gọi là cái LEC này đánh được nhiều kill. Rodrigo đờ bồn một mình fit 9 mạng, chỉ tổ béo anh em tài kill. Anh em đánh siêu kill từ những năm cây này, cây thật đờ bồn để đấu nhưng mà em đâu coi thấy vui nha. Bây giờ gọi là lễ coi được đúng thằng này coi thấy vui. Còn lại coi đánh như rồi như ngủ ó tay.
Time to defend this A bomb site. Fury might have lurked through, but dealing with Flames has been no easy task. Yuri will get rounded. Bit of ground gain in this lurker case. Serrano to do something, and Robson just turned on him.
I think he's caught off. Perhaps not a good death there.
This is Vitality looking to leave Fury down and out for the count at the end of map 1.
Really hard for LR to follow up on that.
This should not be a kill for Zywoo.
There's no easy angle for LR to play for. That means the
Fury collects that one. You're looking for straps.
Humanoid. Tầm này đang là Baron cho bên phía của Việt. Lại là vị trí của đầu bao bắt này mình. Việt lại có cho mình con Baron nữa. Còn Baron thứ 2 dành cho bên phía của Việt à. Ui giời ơi. Toàn là những cái tình huống mà để đối phương lụm được con Baron thôi. Toàn là những cái tình huống mà để đối phương lụm được Baron thôi. Đánh một hồi thua ngược luôn mọi người à. Cực heo. Heo thiệt chứ.
Basically even again. Lost returns, the win here gets them into the playoffs. Vitality already have that spot. The higher you up, the lower seed you play though. So a win here will get them to 7 overall. And you can see this game means a lot to both teams.
14-14 LEC. Mấy tháng nay rồi mới có được trận như vậy mọi người. Mấy tháng nay mới có được một trận giống vậy.
And makes it hard for Lost Returns to gain purchase over this bot side jungle. Humanoid still only on those 3 items. Infinity Edge is complete for Nemesis, but you see if someone gets CC'd, the chain of corruption, the shield bash coming in from Linces, the ability for them just to keep you locked in spot, so damn difficult.
with Nako pushing in the mid lane. There's a wave of red down towards the bottom of our screen for the first time in a long time. Nemesis trying to answer Nako has a 3-level lead.
I mean, yeah, XP is the biggest thing that LR's been losing. 2 Barons off the bat. I mean, look, there is a 2-level difference between
30 vẫn hơn tiền rồi. Đây nè, thiên mệnh khả biến. Rồi đi go đầu bố. Lao lên đến em bạn cũng không được. Rồi ăn cho mình một cái sợi xích tội lỗi. Tờ bầu đang cố gắng tăng cho người đồng đội của mình, nhưng mà với một món đồ đam thì không đủ mọi người ạ. Em xin lỗi anh Minh Thông ơi, em xin lỗi nha. Quên, anh em không nhắc em. Sao anh em không ai nhắc nhờ? Anh có một mình anh Minh Thông nhắc em. Có một mình anh Minh Thông nhắc em. Nãy mà nhắc em là em tắt sớm rồi, Ở đây vị trí của The Bow nè. Đây rồi. Đôi giày. Đây rồi. Quà cáp. Liên chặt chạy được anh em ơi. Vị trí của Vanya gì? Vanya không cho đối phương bỏ chạy trong tình huống vừa rồi. Bật cho mình bất khuất đến từ vị trí của con Alita lên. Vanya vẫn sống anh em ơi. Đồ vương vẫn có. Không thể cản phá đến từ vị trí của Rodrigo The Ball để có thể cứu được người chơi đi rừng của mình. Nhưng mà The lại gọi là lại báo hại rồi. Nhưng mà họ lại còn cho mình cái trừng phạt nha. Linh hồn rồng đất đã có dành cho bên phía của EOA đánh 30 mấy phút thì chuẩn bị về cho nên trận này. Cái cộng của anh em đánh gọi là hấp dẫn cho. Cái cộng đánh hấp dẫn cho 15-15. Oh my god. Đầu bầu nó fit 3-11 mọi người ạ. Đầu bầu có đánh 3-11 mà nó vẫn hơn tiền người ta. Và nó chứ.
Observers highlighting how they just had no clue. Linces gets CC'd, the follow-up from Nemesis. Linces almost gets away if it weren't for Velia. Chases him down, and this is where Bounce kind of has to give his life. He's saying, in order to keep my jungler alive,
về mọi lại toàn cài nha anh em á.
He dives into the backline, commits his ulti. Velia says, I've got to get out of here. It's too risky for me.
Ok chưa? Hấp dẫn chưa? Xứng đáng cho anh em cái trận đầu tiên của tối nay. Hôm nay được trận này hay à. Trận EOA đánh thì hay. Mấy thằng khác đánh buồn ngủ ơi là buồn ngủ. Rồi hất tung được cái vị trí của Vanya về. Vanya rất là khôn anh em ạ, bật cho mình cái đồng hồ cát luôn. Vanya đánh quả này khôn nha. Bật đồng hồ cát sớm luôn, ngăn lại cái nguồn tấn công bên phía của đối phương. Bây giờ thì mới bật cho mình cái ulti của con Mundo lên và hồi máu bằng thêm cái đồ vương nữa. Máu hồi y như ở trong cái bệ đá cổ mọi người ạ. Giật.
If they can get through mid, it makes the Baron play a lot easier. It's only a single pick. The rest of Vitality have to back off.
Humanoid quá mạnh.
The damage he throws back onto Velia.
Nemesis, Fate Seal doesn't quite connect. Humanoid dashes in with the shifting side. Decimating Smash coming out as well, but he pulses on just in time to avoid the knockup. Humanoid trying to get away from Baus, who does have the flash. Decimating Smash, Humanoid has to flash away from it. Meanwhile, the wave is here to continue Lost Returns advance 6 seconds before the support is back up for Vitality, before they can make it a 5v5. A Grand Star fall in as Nemesis falls first, but Baus is in the way again. They look for Crowny, he flashes. Can he escape? Baus sacrificing himself, and Crowny on a sliver. Holding on to life by the tips of his fingers. He'll survive for now, but he's spotted out, and Kazi's on the chase. TP's behind him. Crowny's used that Valkyrie. The Mountain Soul shield is back up. Piercing arrow short again. The Corki not quite caught yet, but Lince is still looking for him and spots him with the oracles. Crowny, they know you're there.
Và đó là các bạn nằm xuống đến từ vị trí của Crowny. Bên phía của Việt lại có cho mình 2-3 màn 2 gục nữa. Endgame đến từ vị trí của Việt đâu. Việt end được quả này thì thôi, gán về cho em Long cái chữ nha. Gán về cho em Long cái cộng nha. Đúng không? Quá Việt ơi. À, cứu được nha, cứu được, chưa end được đâu. Khả năng cao là chưa end được. Thằng kia nó còn ga nữa. Dồn nó còn ga nữa. Đánh nhà cho anh đi mấy em ơi. Đánh nhà. Đánh người ăn cứt hả? Đánh nhà anh em ơi. Đánh nhà. Nhà kìa. Thôi. Mọi người thấy cái cộng hay chưa? Mọi người thấy cái cộng của em Long hay chưa? Mọi người thấy cái cộng 4/5 của em Long hay chưa? Có phải là nói từ đầu không là cái cộng chứ đừng có cái mini like. Cứ mini like cho cháy thôi.
They think that they can go all the way. They think they can get more, but they overstay their welcome. My goodness.